Just real quick here, I just want to say the following video is completely out of focus because your boy was struggling with the bubble guts, and I didn't even seem to check focus before I started the video, so it's going to be out of focus, but the content is there, so apologies in advance. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Perkins. I'm, of course, your host, Perkins. You may notice a slight change in scenery. I'm here in the sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, and loving it. Unfortunately, I do head back to Des Moines today in about 5 hours, so figured I'd do a quick record. Real quick, just wanted to touch on a couple more things that I would love to see in gaming for 2026. Now, these aren't going to happen a lot. I don't think any of them are going to happen, but it would be really cool to see them happen. So I'm just going to run through the list here, and we'll see. And I'll just touch on how I'm feeling about what we need resurgences on in gaming these days. First game I would love to see a resurgence on would be the Burnout series. Absolute carnage. I can remember spending hours at the kiosk in GameStop way back in the day and just crashing into cars and all that stuff. And that was back when you'll notice a theme on this list of a company that used to be so dope, and now they're just kind of and no, it's not Ubisoft, but the Burnout series was great. I do remember that. For those that aren't aware of the Burnout series, I don't know what my demographics are that are listening to this or anything like that. It was like BeamNG, not as realistic as like Crash Physics and stuff like that, but it was like the carnage you could do with that with the Crash Physics and stuff like that, and they wanted you. The more carnage you could create, the better off the score was and everything like that. They need to bring that back. Now, I don't know what the most recent Burnout is. The last Burnout I remember playing was Burnout Takedown. And that was really good. It was really good. They need to bring that back. Because we can get that on PC, like BeamNG. We can do all that crazy Crash Physics stuff, but consoles don't really have that anymore. It's not really, there's not a whole lot of it going on consoles at this point. So it's something they need to bring back and give console people. So, next game I would love to see a resurgence of, a true to form, return to form, would be Test Drive Unlimited. Now, I know they made, Test Drive, Solar Crown or whatever it was, and that got middling reviews, wasn't as good as, the past installments. Test Drive Unlimited, for those that don't know, I'm aging myself here. Test Drive, I believe, was it a 360 launch title, or right around 360 launch? And it was licensed cars, real cars, and it was on the island of Hawaii, which I think it was like an actual modeled, like a damn near 1-to-1 scale of a certain island of Hawaii, where driving around the entire map would take you like an hour or something like that. Really dope. And one thing I loved about Test Drive Unlimited was the fact that you could get a car. So say you go get like a 350Z or whatever it was, or a GTR or whatever it was, an R34, not like a present day GTR, because that game predates that. But say you get like an R34 or whatever, and then you wanted to customize it, you would go to the Nissan dealership, and then you would get like your Z-tunes, your S-tunes, and all that stuff like that. It had windows that went up and down. I believe you had turn signals and stuff like that. I don't remember for sure, but it was a really cool game, a really dope concept in sunny Hawaii. And that was like on the other end of things, where it wasn't like a crash simulator like Burnout was, but it was just a cool open world experience that you got to experience that don't really, I will say Forza Horizon, I guess you could say, is kind of taking the crown of that, and the crew and stuff like that is kind of, but Test Drive was kind of like the first of its kind to do that, and it was really cool, and they need to bring that back. That would be awesome. Number 3 is a game that people gave me shit on for the last episode that I did about things I want to see in 2026, games I want to see come back, or remasters or whatever it was. And I know it's that I don't want to see remasters in 2026, but this game I would make an exception for would be a game called Syphon Filter. For those that don't know, the Syphon Filter came out on the PlayStation 1, I want to say sometime around, 98, 99? It was a game made by, I believe it was 989 Studios. Syphon Filter, if I had to equate it to a game today, I would say something like, I don't really know what you would equate it to. It kind of had like a Rainbow Six vibe, but it wasn't squad or team based. It was just you. I forget the guy's name. Ethan, was it? I don't know. I forget what his name was, but it was really good. It was like a precursor to kind of like a Tom Clancy I don't know how to describe it, but it was so good. It was a third-person shooter, and you got to stop terrorist groups and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me of Hitman without the stealth. More action, no stealth. And that was a phenomenal game. Anyone who ever played that game, will say it was a good game, whether it be the demo, which I played for hours, didn't play the full game until I was a teenager. I would love to see a remake of that. I would absolutely love that. I'm not even sure that studio is around anymore, 989. I'm not 100% sure. I think they're defunct at this point, which is sad. That's also another thing, too. There's a lot of studios that were really good back in the day, and they just went defunct due to one reason, whether it be poor management from higher up, or they released one bad game that just tanked them. And that was the end of it. So, I don't know. But yeah, Syphon Filter would be one I would love to see come back. Another one they need to remaster, and it would sell like hotcakes. It would be the most effortless money grab they could do. Not even money grab as in we put no effort into it, but people would eat it, would be Need for Speed Underground 2 specifically. If they went and remastered that, it would be insane. I can't even imagine. I know there's a guy that's doing it, and I joined his Discord and played it, and it was really good. It was very early stages, and no traffic, just open roads, so you could, see and all that stuff like that, what was going on. But yeah, you could play it with all the unlocks open, and it ran perfectly, and it was awesome. They also, while I'm at it, need to redo Midnight Club 2 or Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, because Midnight Club 3 Los Angeles didn't hit the same as 2 and 3 did. Los Angeles was good, but it didn't hit the same way 2 or 3 did. They need to remake 2 and 3. Just bring it up to speed, bring it up to current. Again, that's Rockstar, though, and we know. If it ain't Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar ain't fucking with it, so. Which is unfortunate. But yeah, Need for Speed, a lot of car games on here, but for different reasons. More Need for Speed and Midnight Club for more of that arcadey, kind of easy, laid back vibe. That's the cool thing. You have these multiple car games, and they each serve a different purpose. Burnout, crashing. Test Drive, open world, realism. And then you got your Midnight Club and Need for Speed, which is more your arcadey, but just still fun. One company as a whole that I would love to see return would be EA Big. Now, for those that don't know what EA Big was a big deal back in the day. Gave us games like SSX, gave us all of the NFL Street, NBA Street, I think was made by Big at one point. Def Jam Vendetta, I think was made by Big, and then I think Fight for New York was made by Games. If I remember correctly. Fuck, I can't remember. The thing that sucks was EA back in the day was an absolute powerhouse. EA was nothing to be fucked with back in the day. They had dope original titles, and where they're actually dope before they just became this weird cash grabby trash ass company. EA was great. I loved EA. I actually prided myself on how many. It was a hollow pride. I was like, oh, it was stupid, but I loved. I could look at my stack of games. There was Sims Busting Out, Def Jam Fight for New York, Vendetta, SSX3, SSX Tricky, NFL Street, NBA Street. And they weren't annually released either. There wasn't like a back-to-back. There was some time in between games, and it was Def Jam Vendetta was awesome because it had all the rappers in there, providing their own voices. You could fight as the rappers or your own created character. It was great. And then they had licensed clothing. You could go to Jacob the Jeweler, I think it was, and get your own. You could rock the Terror Squad TS piece, or you could make your own jewelry. It was a really cool thing, and it was fighting, and you had I think it was wrestling, kickboxing, martial arts, Muay Thai, and some other fighting styles. And that was they need to bring that back. Fighting games these days, I don't know. I love them. The only fighting game I really follow, which is due to the lore and not for the actual games, would be Mortal Kombat. I love the Mortal Kombat lore. I'm heavy into the lore. I don't really play the games, but the lore I absolutely love and have since the first movie came out, which was what, 90, the fuck was that? 95 or 96? They need to bring that back. I feel like those would be easy, pull what Oblivion did, or what Bethesda did, outsource it to a different company that does the remakes, so you can keep your own in-house people doing whatever they need to do, and keep it good, and it'd be awesome. The EA needs to return back to. You want to know who's lost the plot? It's fucking EA. EA's completely lost it. They're just out of control. We'll move on. And then one last game, actually 2 more games that I would love to see make a return. Rainbow Six Vegas. I don't know. Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 I absolutely loved. And I know we have Wildlands, and we have, what's the other one that's huge? I forget what the other Tom Clancy game is that's really huge that everyone loves. But I don't know. After Vegas 1 and 2, I just kind of fell out of it. It wasn't my thing. I don't know. What the fuck is that? And then another game, one last one, and then I'll fuck off, would be Tenchu. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers Tenchu, but it was like a stealth ninja game and all that. It was a really cool, it was kind of like if you picture like a rudimentary Assassin's Creed Shadows from way back in the day, you'd have Tenchu. Or maybe like a Ghost of Tsushima, but basic, you would have Tenchu. Kind of samurai-esque, you know. It was really good. It was really good. I had a lot of fun with that, and I didn't play the full game of it, but I did play the demo of it over and over and over again. I've talked about this before. The demos were like king to me. Loved the demos back in the day. But I'm hammered to the nail in 2026. I'm going to release a video every week, even if I don't have shit to talk about, not rehearsed. I'm going to release a video every week. So sometimes you're going to get a video like today. I didn't plan on recording. I was going to wait till I got home and record, but I wanted to smoke a cigar, and then I figured, might as well record. Why not? I will catch you guys later. I appreciate you guys. Next time you see me, I will actually talk about my Arizona trip and how we did a Waymo for the first time and went to Barrett-Jackson and all this stuff. So I'll talk about that next week. Won't be anything gaming related, but who knows, someone might find it fun. But I will talk to you guys later. Peace.